Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock with news. Yesterday's optimism seems to have turned to custard today. Earnings reports from Walmart and Target show that retailers in the US can't raise prices fast enough to maintain margins, and earnings are taking a hit. Investors have quickly forgotten the prior day's upbeat mood. The S&P 500 is down a very sharp 4% in Wednesday afternoon trade. And US mortgage applications were down a sharpish 11% last week, but at least their mortgage interest rates didn't rise further. And American housing starts remain high, but in a rut, principally due to supply chain inhibitions, because completion levels aren't rising. Building permit approvals remain at historically high levels though. And Canada's CPI inflation came in at 6.8% in April, marginally above the 6.7% in March, but marking a 30-year high. But more recently, prices seem to be running at an annualised 8.5% rate, so they're in a nervous position. Food and housing costs are driving their increases rather than energy costs. And Japan's economy shrank in the first quarter of 2022 at an annualised rate of 1%, continuing a recent trend of oscillating between growth and contraction. And recent new home prices in China's 70 major cities rose by just 0.7% in the year to April, slipping from a timid 1.5% gain a month earlier. But 50 of those 70 cities recorded house price falls from the prior month. 4 recorded no change, and of the 16 that recorded a gain, none exceeded 1%. And the EU settled on its final inflation data for April at 8.1%, up from 7.8% in March, and marginally lower than the initial forecasts. And Australian wages grew 2.4% in the year to March, marginally better than 2.3% in the year to December, but not as strong as expected. Even the quarter-on-quarter growth was a tad disappointing. And this really won't bolster the RBA's case for a quicker return to normal for their monetary policy. The US Treasury 10-year yield will start today 8 basis points lower at 2.89%. And the price of gold starts today down $2 from this time yesterday at $1,816 an ounce. And oil prices are $3.50 lower today at just on $106.50 a barrel in the US, while the international Brent price is just over $107.50 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar will open today almost 0.5 cent weaker against the US dollar, now at 63.2 US cents. Against the Australian dollar, we're little changed at 90.5 Australian cents, and against the euro, we're almost unchanged at 60.3 euro cents. That all means our trade weight index starts today at 70.6, which is down 30 basis points from this time yesterday. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.